guitar players, we often get trapped in the same scale shapes and the same patterns on the fretboard, letting our fingers be in charge, and as a result, we often find ourselves kind of playing the same things and getting a bit bored with our playing. So today, I wanted to share with you a few exercises that have helped me break away from playing licks and help me tap into my inner sense of melody. Our melodic sense is influenced by all of the music that we've ever heard, so therefore everyone's melodic sense is going to be slightly different, and we're all going to find our own unique voice through doing this. If you think about what happens when we sing, we don't think about the notes that we're singing, we don't think about what frets we're on or any of that stuff. We just follow our ears and we sing. So one way we can imitate that idea on the guitar is by playing on one string at a time. So follow me. This is just an E major scale on the E string. Okay, so we can use that. Notice how if you do hit a wrong note, then I've got a good note either side of it. I'm only ever one fret away from a correct note, which can be useful if we get lost. So challenge yourself to play a solo just on one string. You can play it safe like this, or you can be a bit more risky and play some big jumps and see how you get on. So here's an example, check it out. Important to remember to think about your articulation, so using slides and hammer-ons and pull-offs and any other ways that you can articulate these notes. All of these things help us imitate the human voice and help us play more expressively. Once you're feeling comfortable with that one string, you can then maybe jump onto the B string. So for instance, if you find your E here on the 5th fret, just keep going from there, find the scale again. Maybe when you get this far, because we're getting a bit high, come back the other way and go this way, and just find all of those notes and play around with that for a little while. What I would then do is I'd maybe write these out. I'd draw out a fretboard, write down those notes on the E string, write down those notes on the B string, and start trying to find shapes between the two strings like this. So you know, there's all these little boxes all over the place. And then I'd improvise with those and try and cross between those two strings. So then, after I've worked out all of these notes on all of the strings and I've written them out, I might end up with something that looks a little bit like this. Okay, so what I would then do is I would look at this while I'm improvising and just see what other shapes I can find. And I'm always going to find something new that I've not played before. I've never put my fingers in that combination of notes before. So that can be a really interesting thing, just to help you bust out of your usual sort of pentatonic shapes or whatever it is. The final step here would be to take away the paper. Hopefully you imprint it on your brain through the process of doing this. But take away the paper and just be free and try and use all of this stuff while you're improvising. Try and playing on one string, remembering your articulation and everything. And hopefully you're beginning to tap into your melodic sensibilities. Another thing to think about is phrasing and trying to leave space between your phrases. Now, phrasing itself is a huge subject which deserves its own video, which I'll hopefully do at some point in the future. But as an example, you could invent little phrasing games. For instance, you could play 2 short phrases followed by a long phrase. Or you could say, I'm going to leave more space than notes, or something like that. What this does, it really helps us stay engaged with what we're playing. It also helps the listener stay engaged, but more importantly, it helps us pay attention to what we're doing and not just kind of blindly wail away in the pentatonic scale. The final, perhaps most important tip I'm going to share today is to sing what you play. After all, we're trying to tap into this singing melodic part of our brain. So by singing as we do it, we're helping to reinforce that connection and allow us to sing through the guitar effectively. So we don't have to sing this to anybody or sing it particularly well, but just pitch those notes as you play. So da, 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 da. This kind of thing really helps us to develop that ability and develop a strong connection with the guitar, thus making us more musical when we improvise. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments if there are any other ideas that you can think of that have helped you play more melodically and musically and that kind of thing. I've put a link down in the description to the backing track that I created for the lesson today, so go and check that out if you want to play along with that too. And yeah, please subscribe and check out my band Smith & Brewer, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.